So, almost all of the details have been revealed about the PlayStation 5, and that's exactly what I'm going to recap here in this episode of the News You Missed. So, if you're interested in that and my take on the PlayStation 5, I strongly suggest you continue watching this video. If you're not, well, I'll see you in the next one, but we're going to jump right into it. The PlayStation 5 has been revealed by Sony, of course, the maker of PlayStation, and the label itself is the first thing I'd like to discuss. The branding itself, it's a tried and true formula. It's a P and an S and a 5. I mean, honestly, P5, you can't go wrong with that. I gotta tell you, kudos to doing things that work for them. There's two versions of the system, as we already know, the PlayStation 5 Digital Edition, and then there's the PlayStation 5 Physical Edition. It's finally been confirmed that, in the US, the Digital Edition will cost $400, that's $399 US, and then of course, the Physical Edition, you're going to have to pay an extra $100 for that CD-ROM, DVD-ROM drive, Blu-ray drive. Sorry guys, so if you want physical media, you're going to be upping an extra $100. I think that's fine and all in good. I really appreciate that they're not shoveling on us that we're going to have to use these digital-only consoles, so that's great. The hardware specifications, they could sit here and say this thing could simulate our entire universe, and I'd just be like, okay, that's great, okay, wonderful. I don't care, because we have game systems that come out that promise 4K 60 frames a second, and then when the games come out, they can't do that. And then both companies, either the games developers or the consoles developers, point their fingers at each other and say, it's because the hardware is not strong enough, it's because the developers didn't develop the game good enough. So the PlayStation 5 is promising 5.5 times more power than the launch model of the PlayStation 4. Notice they said the launch model and not the more improved PlayStation 4 that has come out that does the VR very astonishingly well. They didn't say that. They said it's 5.5 times more powerful than the base model. Once again, this is marketing, playing with numbers, doing dumb stuff. I don't like it. Just tell me the truth. It's 2.5 times more powerful than the PS4 Pro, so that just would have been a better statement to make, but they're really banking on the fact that people are going to be like, oh, I remember when the PlayStation 4 came out, and it's 5.5 times more powerful than that? Wow! The console is promising 8K and frames up to 120 frames a second. Not at the same time, of course, because they can't do that. This is going to include hardware-accelerated real-time ray tracing. You guys remember, when ray tracing came out, I think it was around 2 or 3 years ago, when NVIDIA was promising ray tracing, and it basically drops your frames in half because it's a very strenuous thing on older GPUs. Modern GPUs do much better with ray tracing, but that's kind of a big selling point that they're pushing. They're saying that the custom GPU is based on AMD architecture, so I mean that's the thing. So if you're into computers, you already know what's up. Yeah, so the GPU frequency is going to be up there. It's a variable, so you're obviously going to be able to do things like select whether or not you want better resolution or more frames on a lot of games. So again, it comes down to the developer, as I said earlier, before both hardware developer, software developer pointing fingers at each other. Okay, you're never going to get a straight answer, but more than likely it does leverage upon the software developers. So whoever's developing the game, if they're good at developing games, they'll probably be able to squeeze really good performance out of their games on PlayStation 5. If they're not, then don't expect anything special. So, yeah, maximum frequency of 2.23 gigahertz. That's pretty cool. It's 10.28 teraflops. Okay, who cares? I'm just, hey, numbers. 10.16 billion transistors, microprocessing at a 2.3 nanometer process. What's it matter? Who cares? Okay, these are just all numbers. You know what I mean? That's great. Wonderful. And I can go back in time and I can tell you that at one point in time, the PlayStation 3 was the most superior console on the market, had the best specs of all three of the consoles, and it fell to a dead last third place for a very long time because of pricing and how difficult it was to develop for it, which means it didn't have a lot of support for it. The Wii U destroyed it, being arguably the weakest console of the generation. So numbers mean nothing, as I've said many, many times. I'd say it for the Xbox One X's debut, the X series rather. It doesn't matter, okay? What matters is how companies develop for it. What matters if you have the tech to support it, okay? People are running out in droves supporting the PlayStation 5 saying, okay, I want to pre-order, I want to get it, okay? This is the coolest, newest hardware, I want to get it. But then they don't even have a 4K TV, they got 1080p, okay? Cool, man, all right, I understand. You want the performance, you want those launch games, cool. I've heard that God of War is going to be a new launch game that's going to be on the PlayStation 5, so that's cool. But until the PlayStation 5 is actually out and we have the games on the shelves, companies could always push them back. Again, it's just a question of whether or not they actually get them out on time. So yeah, the PlayStation 5 is going to be having quite a few games that are going to be popping on it. We have Gran Turismo 7, Ghostwire Tokyo, Destruction All-Stars, Demon's Souls Remake, Deathloop, Astro's Playroom, oh boy, can't wait for that, Ratchet & Clank, Rift Apart, Project Athea, Horizon Forbidden West, Sackboy Big Adventure, that sounds pretty fun, Spider-Man, Miles Morales, Stray, and Returnal. So I don't know, whatever. There's apparently going to be like a Final Fantasy 16 that's going to release at some point in time. I don't know. The only game that's going to be free, though, is Astro's Playroom, and every one of these other games is going to debut at around $70-ish. Some of the games are going to be priced at $50 and $60. That would be Sackboy's Big Adventure and Spider-Man Miles Morales. So if you guys are... Boy, if you guys are so super happy and excited for this, just remember you're going to be paying $10 more for the $60. That's going to become the standard. And I'm really not trying to get into a debate on whether or not that you're going to get the value and if you should be paying more money for something like the PlayStation 5 games. All games have been set at the price if we take into account inflation. Okay, bro. That's cool, okay? If we take into account inflation, fuck it. Make the games $180, right? Make them $180 fucking dollars. I'm still not gonna buy the game. I can't afford it. So I really dislike that argument. I really hate when people try to bring up that argument because it's dumb, okay? If the games are $240, if the games are $360, if the games are $100, I'm not gonna buy the game. I'm not doing it. Okay, if a game's $100, it better provide me like 2 to 3 years of good content. I'm not paying $100 for a video game. I will pay somewhere around $60 if I really, really want it, and it comes with several games, like the Mario All-Stars game, or Destiny with its season passes and content that comes out for 3 months straight. I am okay paying a decent premium rate for that, but I'm not going to pay above $60, period. It's just not going to happen, I'm sorry. There are games that are going to be backwards compatible as well, so there's going to be PS4 games that are backwards compatible. Okay, apparently there's going to be more than 4,000 games. I don't know if all of them are going to be backwards compatible. Some sites are saying that it's like 99% of the games are going to be compatible with the PS5, which makes sense because they really haven't commented on the PlayStation 3 or PlayStation 2 or PlayStation 1, but they are talking about that it's going to be a title-to-title basis, so they have to test the game and make sure that the game doesn't suck, okay? So when you put the game in the disc tray and you're trying to play it and the frames are like 20 frames and they suck and they're horrible and it's like, this is not the way I remember The Last of Us. So yeah, that's what they're doing. Whenever you're doing backwards compatible testing, you do have to play each game, find out if there's going to be any crazy glitches or anything like that. You're apparently going to be able to cross-generation play, so like there's going to be like PlayStation 4 games and PlayStation 5 games, and so if you happen to have a PlayStation 4 and you upgrade to a PlayStation 5, then you're going to be able to take a lot of your memory, a lot of your games, God, I didn't mean to say memory, a lot of your save files with you. So certain games will support that. Square Enix, Marvel Avengers, Madden NFL 21. Wow, that's what we're all worried about right here in FIFA 21. And then Cyberpunk 2077 are going to be compatible with that. So that's cool. A lot of games did the same thing on the Xbox One and the Xbox One X, things like that. So yeah. PlayStation Plus is still going to work on the PlayStation 5. The pricing rate is still at the standard $9.99 a month or $59.99 a year. Again, I encourage you to get on eBay and buy a year up front for around $30 and save yourself $20. But you know what? It's your money. You do whatever you want with it. It's your wallet. If you've already pre-ordered this is quite a lot of money. So yeah, man, honestly, it launches November 12th, so you're gonna be able to purchase it for $4.99 on November 12th. I went to a local GameStop just to check on pre-order statuses. They're already sold out on every GameStop I've ever gone to, so if you're looking to get a PlayStation 5 at this point in time, you might as well be going on eBay and checking out the scalpers. You might get lucky at Walmart, but they're probably already sold out as well. This is where we live, folks. Again, I implore you not to run out and buy one of these at the base prices. The PS5 DualSense controller is going to be $70. I mean, you're gonna end up paying a lot of money for the console when it's just being introduced, and it's probably going to be developed for and as powerful right out the gate as a PlayStation 4 Pro right now, because developers haven't had enough time to get the maximum out of the PlayStation 5. I don't know that for sure, and I'm not shitting on the PlayStation or Sony. They do great and they make great products, but at the end of the day, people who buy launch devices always have buyer's remorse, because a more powerful, better device always comes down the road and it ends up being cheaper and or the same price, but you get so much more with it if you had just been patient and waited. It's up to you, ladies and gentlemen, if you want the cutting edge technology. I have a 4K curved Samsung TV in my living room right now, and an Xbox One X hooked up to it, and a PlayStation 4, a Wii U, and a Nintendo Switch, so I'm good for gaming. I'm cool. I watch Blu-rays on my Xbox One X. I haven't even had a 4K Blu-ray yet. I just don't need it. It's just not there yet for me. I have no desire to really even sit down and watch movies most of the time. So I'm still cool with just watching DVDs. It still blows my mind growing up as a guy who come out of the VHS generation. My God, coming out of the composite generation, the RCA jack generation, man, it was rough. Swapping out cable boxes and trying to plug in your Sega Genesis and Nintendo. Let me tell you, man, you guys got it easy here with HDMI. Anyways, I've been your host, the Grandmaster Gamer. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Are you going to be buying PlayStation 5? Are you interested in it? You let me know in the comments down below, and I hope you guys enjoyed the Destiny gameplay in the background. I really don't have a lot to put in the background that is just PlayStation-y, so I hope that itches your scratch. Anyways, thanks for taking that time out to watch this video, and I'll see you in the next one.